What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. What's the deal, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, like to say, hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency, not letting no negative energy stop y'all positive energy. And today I want to talk to y'all real quick. As you can see by the title, right? This video is for all of my black people, all my melanated, carbonated, indigenous people, right? You feel me? So boom, right? As you can see by the title, these type of black people or melanated people or carbonated people have to protect their energy around the other species, the other race. And me talking to my camera right now is actually helping me raise my vibration, because I ain't gonna say I've been vibrating low, but I've been battling with this matrix, right? Because you gotta give energy to this matrix to be able to eat, right? You gotta give energy to this matrix to be able to eat, right? So I've been exchanging my energy with this matrix so I can be able to feed myself, right? So now this is how I charge back up, giving downloads to my people. And I also been working out, giving downloads to my people, right? So, and I also been working out, like I said, right? So boom, these type of black people have to protect your energy, right? So boom, if you gang bang, you're a basketball player, see, you're a rapper, you're an athlete, not even an athlete, right? But for instance, let me just get to the point. If you're unreadable, right? If you're the type of black person that it's hard for people to read you, you have to avoid having interactions with people, right? Because for instance, they can't read you. They don't know what type of person you are, right? And society has promoted black people to be ignorant, to be gangbangers, thugs, shoot 'em up, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? To be with that violent shit, ready to whoop your ass. Not saying that because your ass ain't a gangbanger, or with the bullshit that you won't whoop a motherfucker's ass. I'm just saying, like, and this is what I'm saying, to protect your energy, so you won't have to whoop a motherfucker's ass because they're trying to read you, or they're reading you the wrong way, and then you have to whoop a motherfucker's ass, right? So this is why I'm making this video, right? To protect your energy. If you are a black person, or these are the type of black people that have to protect their energy, right? So for instance, if you're a thug, you gangbanger, you're a gangbanger, you're a basketball player, etc. People already know the type of person you are, right? And I'm gonna say, black people have to protect their energy from Caucasians, from Asians, from Mexicans, from these other beings, right, etc., right? Because society has shown us to be thugs, entertainers, basketball players, gangsters, pimps, all this low vibrational shit, right? So when you're walking around, you have this pigmentation, you have this ether, right? You know what I'm saying? You're walking around, you're a black person, you're a Latino person, right? You're indigenous. I'm really going to say black people because Latinos and Mexicans, they be getting mixed up, right? They be thinking they're the same, right? So I'm going to say black people. You're walking around, you're a black person, and people can't read you, right? Say a white person is trying to, or how can I say this shit? I don't want to lose my train of thought. Society has promoted black people to the world as ghetto, ignorant, low vibrational, right? So when black people get around society and they're not ghetto, thugs, low vibrational, ignorant, right? White people, Asians, Mexicans, etc. will see the black person, and since they can't read them off rip, they can't be like, oh, this person's a gangbanger because they're throwing up gang signs, or they got the gang clothes on and shit, or this person's a pimp because they got a fucking, however pimps identify themselves and however they look like a pimp, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a different day and age. I ain't gonna say a coat and all this shit. I'm gonna say, you know, however they identify themselves, right? Or they're not a motherfucking basketball player because they're not walking around with a basketball, or they're not a fucking football player. They don't have the cleats and all this shit, right? So they're not readable, right? These Asians, Caucasians, these Mexicans, these Arabs, these Dravidians, these other species, they're gonna go off whatever's in their head. That's how they're gonna approach you. That's how they're gonna try to read you, right? So say for instance, say I'm Caucasian. I'm not even gonna fucking say that. I'm not gonna have those words coming. I'm not even gonna say that, right? Say for instance, I'm a different species. I see a black person that's a regular black, and black people, we don't approach other black people like this because, for instance, it may be it may be a family, right? It may be two gangbangers in that family, and it may be another motherfucker that just like chilling, you know, playing the game, you know, just going to work, just chilling, you know, they just be chilling, they just mellow it out. They're not a gangbanger, they're not a pimp, they're not a bitch, though they'll whoop your ass, right? And they're not a weirdo, they just be chilling, right? So we able to see other black people and be like, oh, it's probably just a motherfucker just be chilling. We ain't gonna think nothing of it, right? Cause I say if I skateboard, I like skateboarding, right? And I see a black person that doesn't look like they gangbang. They don't look like they don't look like no ghetto shit, right? I'm not gonna approach them and be like, they automatically skateboard. Yeah, bro, you're a fucking skater, and start talking about some skateboard shit because I automatically assume that they're a skateboarder because I'm a skateboarder. I'm not gonna approach them like that, right? But, and I'm saying black people because black people may have a skater in their family, they may have a gangbanger, so they'll see another black person, they're not automatically gonna think they're on the same shit as them, right? But it may be a Caucasian or an Asian, a Mexican, etc. They haven't grown up with no black people in their family. They don't have a black person that's, oh, this is a gangbanger, and they just got a regular black person in their family that's, I hope y'all get what I'm trying to say, but I'm gonna keep on breaking it down so I know y'all get what I'm trying to say. But for instance, a Caucasian, a Mexican, Asian, Arab, they don't know what it's like to have a black family, and it may be somebody in the family that's just a regular person. They don't gang bang, they not all ghetto and shit, but they not a weirdo, and they'll probably whoop your ass, but they just probably like playing a game. They probably just like chilling, texting their girl. They're just doing some regular shit. They not on no ghetto ass shit, how society has promoted black people. These are the people that have to protect their energy. Because, say for instance, it's a Caucasian, the Caucasian is a fucking... The Caucasian likes sniffing bike seats in the gym, right? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying y'all have to protect y'all energy, because the motherfuckers gonna approach you with some weird energy, and because if you're unreadable, a society sees black people like ghetto thugs, entertainers, and all that shit, the rap shit and all that shit. So if they see a black person that has woken up, that has had their awakening, or that has realized that the ignorant shit is an attack, and they're walking around in their higher self, they're going to approach that black person with whatever energy they have or whatever thoughts they have in their head. So say for instance, it's a Caucasian that goes around like sniffing bike seats, and he can't read you immediately. He's gonna fuck around and think you like sniffing bike seats, because he's gonna think that you're on the same shit he's on, because he can't read you. A black person's not gonna think you're on the same shit they on. They might try to be on some weird shit and just try to force the same shit that they on to you, you know what I'm saying? And see if you on that. But a Caucasian's going to think that you on the same shit they on. Or a Mexican or Asian's going to think you on the same shit they on, because they're not going to be able to read you, right? And then they're going to approach you and give you some weird-ass energy. And then when you get out your character, you're going to be looked at as the bad guy because you're black or Latino, right? Or I'm going to just say black, because you're black. And once a black person gets mad and get out their character, they automatically, that's why I made the video, black people have to walk on eggshells. Because once a black person gets mad and gets out their character, that's when they look at, they're the bad guy. They're mad. This black person mad. It's a mad black man, mad black woman, right? Because society has shown us to be ignorant rappers, thugs, entertainers, popping bottles, throwing money on strippers, all this ignorant, low vibrational shit, right? So when we're not ignorant and low vibrational, and we're walking around on some our higher self, on some positive shit, the other species, they get around us and they don't know how to act. And therefore, when they don't know how to act, that shit takes us out of our character, right? So therefore, right, it's to take us out of our characters and lower our vibration. And then we ain't gonna be able to manifest, because when we're at a high vibration, we're able to manifest the shit that we want to manifest into our lives. When we're vibrating low, you can't manifest no positive shit when you got a bunch of negative energy, right? Right? So boom. Like I was saying, before I lose my train of thought, because I be having a lot of shit on my mind and this shit just be flowing. I'm just a vessel being used, right? So boom. When you get around these people, you have to protect your energy. And how do you protect your energy? Avoid them. When you see, this is how I do it. When I see another species, even if my peripheral, if I see another species walking towards me in the distance, I will go to the side and I will stop. And I will wait for them to do whatever the fuck they're gonna do, so we do not have an interaction, because they're gonna try to do they're gonna try to have a forced interaction. If you're holding on to your energy, you will notice if you are black, I wanna say black because Latinos and Mexicans be getting mixed up, they be thinking that they're the same. So I'm gonna say this is for my black people. If you're holding on to your energy, you're exercising, you're working out, you're eating the right food, you're going to notice that these other species are going to go out their way to have a forced interaction. I already told you about that, the forced interactions in the forced interaction video, right? But boom, you have to protect yourself from the forced interactions, and you have to protect yourself from any interactions, period, that you may be having, or you may be at work with somebody, or you may be having to interact with somebody like on a job, or you may have to, because sometimes you have to interact with people. You can't just avoid it all the time. Sometimes you have to interact with people, and somebody may try to give you some weird vibes, and you get to feeling weird and shit, and this is when you should know. I'm trying to see how to really say this shit, because it could necessarily be somebody on the job, and if you get that weird vibe, just avoid them all in all, because you're on the job and you don't want to fuck around and lose your job. But if you're out in the public, I just avoid the other species all in all, bro. I just avoid all in all. So if I'm walking down the aisle, if I'm walking somewhere, and I see somebody like acknowledge me from a distance, and then they start walking my direction, I already know they're gonna try to walk my way, or they're gonna try to bump into me. They're gonna try to do something to have an interaction with me. And if I happen to do have an interaction with somebody, like at work, or if I had to, like, if I go to like a cashier or something like that, and they try to give me some weird energy, I just try to avoid that shit. I'm trying not to lose my train of thought. I'm trying not to lose my train of thought with this video, because I really want to help my people with this shit, because I know a lot of people go through this shit. You may be a regular black person, you're not a gangbanger or some shit. You're not a gangbanger or no shit like that. And people try to walk up to you with some weird energy, you know what I'm saying, trying to put that energy, whatever they got going on in their head, on you. You have to avoid people. There's not really no way to go around this shit. You have to just avoid people. I'm not trying to lose my train of thought, but I know y'all go through this shit, man. I know y'all go through this. I'm probably gonna edit this video and put some shit in this video to make it better. But you have to protect your energy when you get around these people. What I do, I just try to avoid them at all costs. And it sounds fucked up, but I just try to avoid them at all costs. Because from my experience, if I'm in public or something, and I'm walking down the aisle, motherfuckers gonna try to have a forced interaction with me, or try to get my attention, or try to have an interaction with me and give me some weird vibes, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to read me. When you look at me right now, you can't read me. You don't know what type of person I am, you know what I'm saying? If I'm just sitting here like walking, shopping for some shit, you don't know what type of person I am until I get to talking and you feel my energy, you know what I'm saying? But if you just look at me, you don't know what type of person I am, right? There's a lot of people that go through the same shit. People don't know how to read you, so they walk up to you and approach you with some weird ass energy. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I deal with it. When I go out and about in public, I avoid people at all costs, bro. At all costs. I don't even motherfucking walk down the same aisle as, even if they black. I don't give a fuck if you black too. I don't care. At this point, I don't, because I notice when I be like, oh, it's a black person, let me, you know, be cool and all that. Fuck it, I give them the opportunity to drain my energy, and I'm not giving nobody the opportunity to drain my energy, to lower my vibration at all, bro, because this planet is vibrating extremely low. When I get to vibrating high, feeling good, it's always something. So I avoid people at all costs. For the most part, unless I'm exchanging energy. And when I say exchange energy, if I'm at work, I'm exchanging my energy for that motherfucking paycheck. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in a grocery store, I'm not about to exchange my energy with you for free. And then I get to feeling less happy or less good. I be feeling good as fuck. I be at work, motherfuckers be like, damn, you be happy? You feeling good? Yeah, I'm about to get on work and run 5 miles. I'm doing 300 push-ups before we take off, before we leave the yard. I'm working out every day. And I'm saying I'm feeling good because I got a lot of energy, because I'm not giving my fucking energy out to strangers and shit. I'm not walking past, and people do this. When you have a lot of energy, you're gonna notice this shit. And it's not even just Caucasians. The Caucasians do it a lot because they want your energy, and you get this shit from the sun. That's a different topic. That's a different story. That's fucked up too that they do that to us. But black people do this shit too. If you have a lot of energy and you charge them, motherfuckers gonna do the most to try to get you to acknowledge them, bro. It's all to get your energy, right? But besides black people, because for the most part, some black people will be able to, and when I say that black people do this shit, try to get you to acknowledge them, for me, it's mostly females, or a motherfucker that's a weirdo, or a motherfucker that's just on some jealous shit and trying to want to feel like important, like, oh, me and this motherfucker beefing, or I'm not beefing with you, but I don't give a fuck about you, you know what I'm saying? I'm not paying attention to nothing outside of myself. I can feel the energy around me, of course, because I'm conscious of it, but I'm not going back and forth, mean mug. I'm not doing that shit. You run up on me with some bullshit, I'm gonna fire on you, straight up. I'm not about to waste my time and go back and forth. I'm not about to go back and forth with no comments on YouTube. I'm not. That's giving my energy. And I would suggest y'all do the same thing, right? But like I'm saying with black people, say for instance, because you may have a family of black people, you got a gangbanger, you know what I'm saying? You have a regular brother that's just be chilling. Then you got a skateboard brother that just be chilling. And then you got, you know what I'm saying, different people in the family. So you're able to look at other black people and be like, okay, because he's not obviously a gangbanger or a pimp or a thug or a crip or this and that, or ignorant, or something that an ignorant low vibration, because he's not that, I'm not automatically going to assume he is the same as me. I like skateboarding. I like to fucking skate the handrails and hit stairs and shit, so right? I'm not going to assume he likes to do that shit too because I can't read him, right? Because I know I have a brother that doesn't look like he skates. I mean, I have a brother that doesn't look like a gangbanger, a pimp, or a thug, or etc. And he's not interested into the same shit I'm interested in, right? So I'm not going to look at him and think he's interested in the same shit I'm interested in, right? I'm not going to think that we're on the same frequency automatically because they're not a thug or a pimp, right? So boom. The other species, on the other hand, they never lived with a black brother or a black sister that's not a thug or a pimp or a prostitute, right? So, or they never lived in a black family where there's a black brother that's a gangbanger and there's a black brother that's just chilling, random, not a weirdo, but still whoop your ass, right? They never lived like that with black people. So when they see black people that's not a thug, a pimp, a gangbanger, all this ignorant shit, they're gonna think the black person is whatever they got going on in their head. That's what I'm trying to say. So they approach us with this energy. And if it's some weird, uncomfortable energy and we get out of our character, they're gonna be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, and they don't have a fucking soul, so they'll do some shit, and they want, like, for instance, if a black person cuts a black person off, or a black person cuts a Caucasian off, the Caucasian may not feel nothing, bro, because they're a different species. We different. We different. The Caucasian may not feel nothing, right? But if a Caucasian cuts a black person off, a black person may get anxiety, all type of shit, because we have a soul. We're different on the inside. We're different on the outside, too, right? The obvious difference is the fucking outside. Why would you not be this color if you're living under the fucking sun? You have no protection from the sun. Why would you not be black or brown on this planet, in this life, in this reality? You should be asking yourself, why are you white, right? But obviously we're different because of the color, the pigmentation, right? So obviously it may be, I'm not gonna say so obviously, but since we're different on the outside, obviously it's obvious different on the outside, it may be a difference on the inside too, right? It may be a spiritual difference on the inside too. So you may do something or I may do something to you, and you may not, or the same shit you do to me may happen to you, and you may not feel nothing about that shit. But the same shit that happened to you happened to me, I may be fucked up behind that shit because I have a soul. I may feel that shit differently. I might feel that shit, it may hit my emotions differently. You may not give a fuck about that shit. You see what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna get too lost in this video, but when you're out and about, and you're just like a regular black person, you're unreadable, people are always staring at you, trying to read you, you have to just avoid, like, I ain't gonna say avoid going out in public, but just avoid people. Because they're gonna try to, one, have a forced interaction with you. They're gonna see you, they're gonna put their head down, act like they're not paying attention, and walk your way, try to bump into you, have a forced interaction, right? Or two, they're gonna assume you are on whatever the fuck they are on, and they may try to approach you with some weird energy, and that may take you out your character, and now it's lowering your vibration. Or three, you're gonna automatically assume you're on some ignorant ass shit because you're colored. Because you're colored, right? And they can't read you. They can't read you and be like, oh, this person likes to paint pictures. Black people are fucking talented, bro. Black people are talented. We gods and goddesses, man. We ain't just thugs and entertainers and all this bullshit they like to paint us to be, because these motherfuckers sold they soul, and that's what the fuck they doing. We talented. Motherfuckers know how to paint, all type of shit. Draw, tattoo artists, haircut, barbers, all type of shit, right? We know how to do all type of shit. So, I just lost my train of thought. I ain't gonna cap. I just lost my train of thought. But we know how to do all type of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So, fuck, I just lost my train of thought, bro. Like I was saying, black people are talented, all right? We talented. And they try to make it seem like we just thugs and pimps and entertainers and all this shit. And they try to keep us in that bubble. So when we, I don't know, I just lost my fucking train of thought, bro. I'm not gonna cap, I just lost my train of thought. It's airing this bitch real quick. It's hot as fuck out here. But like I'm saying though, when you're not on that ignorant ass negative vibration, they don't know how to read you right. Then they're gonna approach you and take you out your character. And I kind of lost my train of thought with this video, but I'm gonna make a part 2 to this video too. I'm gonna keep on going in on these topics. I got another workout video I'm gonna be editing today. But I'm gonna keep on going in on these topics. I've been working out, trying to get right. And yeah, man, you gotta just protect your energy when you get around with other species, right? If you are unreadable, people can't read you, they're gonna approach you on some weird shit, try to take you out your character. Because they have shown the world, like, black people to be ignorant, just thugs, just bullshit, right? So when they see black people and they're not on that vibration, they don't know how to act around them. They get around us and be acting all weird and shit, thinking that motherfucker get around you and be like, yeah, I had to catch the body yesterday, I just had to shoot a nigga, like, and you just like, bro. And you can tell that that's not what they on. You just like, what the fuck? Like, why are you telling me this? Why are you lying? First of all, like, why are you even telling me this shit? Motherfucker get around me, you just be, Oh yeah, I had to yada just tell me all this. Like, you know, why the fuck are you even telling me this shit? I already know what I already know what it is, because we've been promoted to be thugs and all this bullshit. So they get around us, and when they don't know how to read us, they get to thinking that we on the same shit they on. You know what I'm saying? They get to thinking we on the same shit they on, and they approach you with some weird ass energy. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy, because we've been, not we, but society has been showing black people, thugs, entertainers, all the bullshit. So when you walk around, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're a bitch. And I'm not gonna say you're a bitch because you're a gangbanger, because you're in a gang. You're not by yourself. You can't hold it. I ain't gonna say you can't or you can't. I ain't gonna say you can or you can't hold it down by yourself. I'm just saying you're in a gang though. And it's because a nigga not in the gang, that don't mean a nigga's a bitch. Nigga just don't want to be around a bunch of motherfuckers all the time. Don't want to be in a gang. You know what I'm saying? Just want to be by himself. Lone wolf. That doesn't mean you a bitch, right? So motherfuckers see you by yourself, or see that you're not a gangbanger, see that you're not all ignorant and burnt out with your shit, and they try to put whatever energies in their head onto you. And then you get out your character, whoop a motherfucker ass, and they look at you like you the bad guy, like you crazy or something. It's the motherfuckers that's quiet, that keep to themselves, the motherfucker you gotta watch. The motherfucker that's big, loud, doing all this shit, they ain't gonna do shit, they ain't about shit. But this video is not about that. This video is about how when you're black and you're not on that low vibration, you have to protect your energy from the other species. And when I say the other species, I'm talking about these people that can't take the sun. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say black and Latino. I'm gonna just say black, because black and Latinos, we are the same, right? But some Latinos think that, some Mexicans, some Latinos think that they Mexican, right? And what I'm about to say right now is the blacks have to protect their energy from the Asians, the Caucasians, the Mexicans, the Viridians, and the Arabs, right? And because Latino and Mexican is two different things. Latino and Mexican is two different things. So black people, you have to protect your energy when you get around the other species. And I just named the other species, right? I just named the other species. Because these are the people that's going to look at you and think that you're either going to be on some low vibrational bullshit, or you're going to be on whatever they got going on in their head. Because like I said, black people, you may have a cousin that play tennis. That'll whoop your ass. Got hands, got squabbles, all that. But they just happen to like tennis because they talented at that shit. That don't mean they a bitch because they play tennis. They just like tennis, right? So, because they like tennis and they're not a gangbanger, and you like motherfucking playing Fortnite, you're not going to approach them like, oh yeah, I know you like playing Fortnite because I like playing Fortnite. And you're black and you're not a fucking gangbanger, so you got to like playing Fortnite like me. That's how white people approach us. They feel like, okay, you're not a fucking thug, you're not this and that. You got to like the same shit I like because I can't fucking read you, and I'm going to approach you with this energy. I'm going to put this fucking energy on you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get out your character and be ready to whoop a motherfucking ass or give a motherfucking reaction they're not ready for, you know what I'm saying? They look at you like you the bad guy, like you crazy. Especially if you, that's why I said black people have to walk on eggshells. We got to deal with so much shit. And a lot of black people are just docile. They don't give a fuck. They just walking around dealing with the shit. And I'm going to expose this shit on my channel, all this shit that we have to deal with, that you may or may not be aware of. But I'm pretty sure it's a lot of black people that be outside, out and about, and you just get weird vibes from strangers. And it's going to be the other species because they're not able to read you. Because our whole life, their whole life as well, they've been told that we're just... They've been shown rappers, gangbangers, bitches shaking their ass in music videos. They've been showing this shit. So when you walk around these species and you're not like that, they're going to try to bring out the worst in you or try to lower your vibration, right? And racism still exists. I'm about to make another video on that right now after this video. But I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. I ain't going to hold y'all too long in this video because I want to talk about this racism still exists video, right? Hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency. This video is for all my black people that may not be participating in the low vibrational activities. And these other people, these other species, don't know how to read you because they've been shown their whole life black people to be a third, neighborhood, all the gangbanging shit. And I could say it's ignorant because at first the gangbanging shit was to protect the communities, but the fucking white man switched the shit, and the gangbanging shit was to protect the communities and police the fucking police that was harassing the black people in the communities because the police have to make a quota and write a certain amount of tickets every month. They have to meet the quota. So if ain't nobody doing no fucked up shit in the community, the police going around harassing people. That's why the gangs got together like, nah, y'all got us fucked up. And then they put crack in the fucking in the hood and all that shit to divide the gangs and create gang wars and all this shit. And they put gangster rap and all this shit to